So, your idea on solving this, being you have no authority or jurisdiction over me, is for me to get out of my private automobile and talk about what I just told you.
And you can show me your passport.
You got my passport, dude.
I don't have your passport.
Those gentlemen do have my passport. The Highway Patrol do.
Okay.
Highway Patrol, how about bring the passport so I can read it to the sheriff? Could you be so kind?
So, if you come out and explain to me your passport, I'll hear your side of it.
You've already heard my side. I've already told you my side.
Well, you can explain your passport to me.
I don't need to explain it. You should know this as a LEO, shouldn't you?
I've never seen your passport.
Well, then, I don't know what to tell you. We'll sit here all goddamn night. But I am not getting out of this goddamn private automobile to explain myself that I've already done.
All right, guys, listen up. Because this one starts with pressure already boiling over. A lone driver refuses to step out of his private automobile while several officers surround him, demanding compliance he never agreed to. The tension rises immediately as he accuses Wyoming Highway Patrol of unlawfully taking his passport, pushing the encounter toward a dangerous edge. Instead of listening, the officers insist on their authority, trying to force him into surrender. But this man stands locked in, refusing to budge, challenging every claim they make with his own understanding of the law. From the very first seconds, you realize this confrontation isn't just about traffic laws. It's about power, control, and a man who refuses to bow to either.
Asserting my rights to travel, and I'm informing you that you have no jurisdiction or authority over me, and you're not trying to accept it. Ask the guy to pull me over to get it. I'll show it to you. It's real simple. This is real simple. You're making it difficult.
I don't feel that I am.
Well,
I'm the one making it difficult right now.
Right, because I won't do what you ask. I don't have to do what you ask. You have zero authority over me. I don't contract with foreign corporations. No authority, no jurisdiction. There's nothing in any law.
How's it a contract for you to get out of your vehicle and explain your passport to me?
I don't need to do any of that. I'm trying to explain to you, I don't need to do any of that.
I'm not saying
Go get the passport, bud, and I will read it to you.
I was asking you to do it.
I am asking you to go get my passport, and I will read it to you. How about that? That makes all kinds of sense, but you ain't ready for that, are you?
We're in a bind then.
Okay, we're in a bind.
I want you to get out and explain it to me.
I'm not getting out of this private automobile. Not happening. Not happening. So ask them gentlemen politely, sirs, highway patrolmen, may I please have my passport to read to the sheriff?
They're not going to give it back to you until...
They're not going to give it back to me. So you're telling me the highway patrol in Wyoming has stole my private property. Is that what you guys are telling me?
You can claim...
No, it's not a claim, sir. That's another matter of fact of law. Does that passport belong to any of you? Does that passport belong to any of you? The answer is no. And if you're not giving that back to me, which is my said possession, what is that called? What's that called? As LEOs, you should know what that's...
Let me know.
That's called theft. Okay? So, young man, may I have my passport, please, to read to the sheriff?
Okay, the only way you're getting your passport is once you step out of this vehicle.
Why do you want me out of this vehicle so bad, you guys?
Because there is...
By this point, the back and forth becomes a brutal standoff. The driver repeatedly asserts that none of these officers have jurisdiction over him, accusing them of hiding behind corporate statutes instead of actual law. The sheriff tries to reason with him, but the man stays firm, demanding only one thing: his passport returned so he can read it aloud. The officers hesitate, refusing to give it back unless he exits the vehicle, which only fuels his anger. The situation begins to feel like a chess match, with each side pushing without gaining ground. And through every sentence, the driver calls their actions exactly what he sees them as overreach, coercion, and theft.
Case law, Pennsylvania versus...
Case law is not law. That's where you're wrong again. Case law ain't law.
Okay.
Not even close. What you guys need to do is understand that I am correct. You have no authority over me. None. I don't have to get out of this private automobile. I don't have to obey your corporate bylaw speed limits.
Okay, let me just explain this to you. You're not leaving here until you step out of the vehicle.
Then I ain't leaving. I am not going anywhere. And your threats don't mean jack to me, bud.
Well, it's not a threat.
To hell if it ain't. You're threatening me to get out of this vehicle so you can try and kidnap me. Meanwhile, you've stolen my property, and you can't even admit that.
It's the property of the United States government, actually, sir. It's a
No, it is
ID.
not.
Yes, sir.
What is possession?
It is property.
What is possession,
I'm
sir?
not going to argue with you, sir.
I know you can argue with me because you don't know the law. Possession is 9/10 of it, correct?
All I said was...
Huh?
Well, I said... When I stopped you, I didn't say you're getting a ticket. I never said you're getting a ticket. I just want you to step out so we can talk face to face.
We are talking face to face.
Out of your vehicle.
No, I'm not getting out of my private automobile. This ain't a vehicle. Okay?
What is it then?
It's a private automobile. Actually, Congress passed a law July 8th of this year that nobody in the United States needs a driver license unless they're dealing in commerce. Have you all been informed of that?
I missed that one.
Well, of course, because you guys are revenuers for a foreign corporation running under statutes and codes. None of you have ever studied the law.
If you think this is over, you couldn't be more wrong. First they tried their version of the law and failed. Then they tried to blackmail him, but it doesn't also seem to be going pretty well, so what do you think comes next? Because so far the only reasonable thing to do is to follow the actual law instead of acting like a thug. But let's see what the police decides to do.
Alright, so what's your last name?
Barris, B-E-R-R-I-S.
B-E-R-R-I-S.
It's in the passport you stole.
Okay, we didn't steal your passport.
Well, then may I have my
You'll
passport
get
back?
everything back. What I need you to do, okay, so I'm going to tell you. Okay, so you're driving without a driver's license, you're speeding, you don't have plates on your vehicle. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I need you to get out of the vehicle to chat with us.
As more officers join in, the threats escalate. The sheriff insists he must get out or the window will be broken, the door unlocked, and force will be used to remove him. The man fires back, calling the entire plan an attempt at kidnapping and property destruction. The officers claim they just want a simple conversation, but their hands inch closer to action. The man stays planted, reminding them that possession is 9/10 of the law and that nothing they've said justifies taking his property. Every second makes the air heavier, like the next move could shatter the entire situation wide open.
Otherwise, I'm going to ask you to get out of the car. So right now I'm asking you, will you please get out of the car and speak with us?
No, I will not.
Okay, I'm going to tell you to get out of the car. You need to get out of the car right now.
You're being recorded. You
That's
realize?
fine.
Okay. And under what authority are you demanding an American state national to get out of this vehicle when I don't have to prove any kind of... I am not in your corporate bylaws. I don't need
that's
driver's
fine, sir.
licenses.
That's fine. I respect your beliefs, but you
It's
have to
not a
respect ours
belief,
as
you
well.
guys.
Okay,
This ain't
so
beliefs.
This next time, I'm going to make you get out of the car. What that means, I'm going to break the window, unlock the vehicle, and pull you out. Understand?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, I'm telling you.
I am telling you, if you do that, this is going to go south quick.
Okay, I don't want it to go south.
Well,
What I'm
don't
telling
be
you is you
fucking
need to
breaking
get out
into
of
my
the car.
private property
Then
or
help us
stealing
out.
my private property.
Okay, then help us out, sir.
I've already helped you. I've educated you about the law, but you're not listening. You're not accepting the facts, okay?
Okay, we're not
now, I'm
accepting
going to
the facts.
ask you one more time. I would like my passport back. I would like to get on my way. I have critters with water freezing.
I understand
really
that.
don't have time for this.
Okay, sir. I'm telling you, if we have to, we will break the window, unlock the vehicle, and pull you out. Do you want it to get to that, or do you want to come out and talk to us?
Okay, so you're threatening to break my private property.
I'm telling you that
And
I have
do you know
authority
under the
to take
law-
you out of this vehicle if you do not comply with our orders.
I don't have to comply with your orders.
Yes, you do. In
No,
this
I do
situation,
not.
you do. Yes, sir.
I do not.
Okay, so what are we going to do here?
We're going to have a gunfight on the side of the road is what we're going to
We
have.
do not need to have a gun.
Well,
on the
then
side of the
then
road.
you better start listening to sense.
You need to start listening.
No, sir. I do not need to listen to an agent of...
The encounter hits a boiling point. One officer announces that he will physically remove him if he refuses to comply. The driver responds with shaking outrage, warning that breaking his window would send everything south quick. He accuses them of threatening violence, misleading him, and ignoring facts that any informed officer should know. The tension spikes even further when he mentions that a violent confrontation could erupt if they insist on violating his rights. The standoff feels like it could explode with one wrong word. But still, he refuses to move, holding the line with every breath.
Foreign corporation.
Okay.
Okay? I asked you guys to go back there and call somebody in town that actually knows the law.
Who's this person in town that knows the law?
Apparently somebody. I would try with John Harlan as the sheriff and ask
John Harlan. Okay.
and ask him.
Okay, well, we have a representative of the sheriff's office right here. And he was talking to you.
I know, but that don't mean he knows the actual law.
Look, I'm not trying to get anybody riled up, and I apologize for doing that. What I'm trying to do is find an ending to this that's civil for both of us.
Here's the simple ending. You guys admit that you have no authority over me.
We can't do that, sir.
Well, I'm sorry you can't do that.
Okay.
But I am not going to allow you to violate my rights to travel. I will not allow you to damage my private property. Okay? I'm telling you right now.
I don't want to damage your private property. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I don't want to at all.
Okay.
All I want you to do is get out of the vehicle so we can talk. That's it. That is it. And I won't damage your private property. Nothing. That's
not
it.
happening.
Okay.
I don't have to get out of this vehicle.
Okay, so why are we coming to this? Why are we butting heads there? Why don't you?
Because you guys are not listening to the matter of fact of law. That's why.
To the matter of fact of law.
It's called the matter of fact of law.
Okay.
The fact of that matter is you have zero authority over me. Where I'm going to travel, how I'm going to do it, what I'm going to do it in, and what placards I place on said private automobile.
Okay.
Okay?
Just give me 1 second, okay?
This ain't going to...
Why are you threatening to get in a gunfight, Frank?
Because I'm not going to allow them to fucking violate my shit, dude. I am not allowing them to violate my right to travel freely and damage my private property because I won't listen to a so-called authority that has none over me? Really? And I've explained myself over and over?
So if we got somebody on the phone, you'd talk to somebody?
There ain't nothing to talk about.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. So you wouldn't want to talk to anybody?
There's nobody to talk to about...
The sheriff attempts to calm things down, trying to find someone in town to speak with about the law, but the man rejects it outright. He declares he's already spoken to the sheriff, judges, and attorneys in the past and sent cease and desist orders they never responded to. He claims he knows the law better than those sworn to enforce it and refuses to negotiate with anyone who won't acknowledge his rights. The tension shifts from confrontation to exhaustion as officers step away to make calls, unsure how to resolve a situation spiraling beyond their control. Yet the man remains unwavering, refusing any compromise that involves surrendering his authority.
Anything. What is there to talk to? You guys not admitting that you have no authority over me? Is that what it is?
You said you wanted to talk to Sheriff Harlan.
I don't want to talk to Sheriff. I've already talked to him. I've talked to all your judges, your state's attorneys. State's attorneys know. I sent them cease and desist. Shit disappeared. Why? Because I know the law.
Okay.
This is absolutely ludicrous. This is supposed to be America? Where's my right to travel freely, you guys?
Well,
Where's that at right
we'll make
now?
some phone calls and see what we can do here, okay?
Well, common sense should prevail. And I'm counting on the sheriff's department for that.
Okay. All right, sir. Here's your passport back. Can you roll it down a little bit further? You just want me to slide it in there?
Just slide her in here.
Okay. So this is back. Did you already pull those out? Okay. Free to go for now. Okay.
What'd you do to my car?
We didn't do anything to your car.
Okay, I got it on film here.
Okay.
There's nothing sabotaged on my private vehicle.
There's nothing sabotaged on your vehicle.
All right. So you guys have a nice day.
Okay.
And then, just as it seems the situation may ignite, one officer returns with the passport. No broken window, no forced removal, no violence. The man checks his property, demands confirmation nothing was sabotaged, and finally dismisses the officers. The ending becomes a loud reminder of what happens when someone refuses to fold under pressure. He calls out every action by its harshest name: stealing, blackmailing, threatening, and exposes the uncomfortable truth that police often move with confidence rather than legal clarity. By the time he drives away, one thing is clear: this wasn't just a traffic stop. It was a full-blown rights battle, and he made sure the world would see exactly how far he was willing to go to protect his freedom.